We're now joined in the media center by our race-winning owner, Joe Gibbs, and crew chief, Adam Stevens. To both of you guys, knowing how hard Kyle's worked to win a Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series points race here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, what does tonight's win mean to you guys and the team? Start with Coach.
Yeah, I think for the team, I just appreciate everybody that's a part of our family, the racing family, all the guys at the race shop. A lot of them don't get to come to the racetrack and get to experience this. Appreciate JD, the leadership that we have with everybody there. And it's just a total family effort. And tonight it was a total team effort. I mean, Adam just did a great job calling things. Our pit crew was great. It's a team sport, as everybody knows. And I got to tell you, Kyle's just when he puts a helmet on race day, I think he's one of those unusual people, and he has unusual talent. And to be able to do what he's done at the age he is just special. I appreciate the way he and Adam have teamed up in a relationship. We appreciate Toyota, everybody in the background. When you think about M&Ms, we know in our sport, you got to have a great sponsor, and we have the Mars Corporation, which has been in the sport for a long, long time, a big part of the sport. We appreciate them so much. And we have Interstate Batteries, Nora Miller and Scott and everybody down there. So we're blessed to have great sponsors. They're a big part of our sport, and they were in this race. They were on the car and in the race for 4 hours tonight. It was special and a great night for us, and Lord blessed us with a great group of people.
Adam?
Yeah, I mean, just for me, as a team here, we've been so close to getting Kyle a victory at Charlotte. You know, I feel like we had the car to beat this race last year, and got snookered on fuel mileage there, and today to kind of come out in a dominant fashion and win all the stages from the pole and keep them out front, and the pit crew to do such a good job and be able to keep up with the track and kind of close that gap maybe that we've been missing some speed here to some of our competitors. Felt really good, and it's it's important for me to help Kyle accomplish his goals, and this was a big one for him and makes the victory a little bit more sweeter.
All right, and with that, we'll now open it up to questions from the media. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll bring you a microphone, and please state your name and affiliation. We'll start up here with Brendan, and then go to Mike, and then over here to Jacob.
Hey, Adam. Brendan Marks from the Charlotte Observer. First off, congratulations to you and to Coach. On pit road, it looked like, although I know you guys were excited, it looked like you guys were a little bit subdued by the time the race was over and you were time to celebrate. Is that just because you guys knew how dominant you were and you had seen the way the race had played out, or is it because this is something that you had been wanting for so long for Kyle, or what was the reason for that?
Well, I really don't know how to do cartwheels or backflips. On the inside I was. But you know, part of it is we were so good all day. You know, you're constantly thinking of what could go wrong, or if the caution comes out, how we're going to manage this pit strategy, and a lot of times when you're that strong, it's more of a sense of relief as it is celebration. So you know, there was a little bit of that. We'll do some celebrating later.
All right, Mike.
M&M's for everybody. Mike Neff from frontstretch.com. Adam, a question for you. We always hear about the transition from day to night and the changes the track makes. Were you able to stay that close to it all night, or is it the fact that Kyle's a special enough talent that you could swing a little over the top to anticipate it and he can make the adjustments to live with it?
Oh, it was definitely both of those things. I think this weekend, what made it a little bit different than some other 600-mile races here were the clouds. You know, we started green flag at 6:15, 6:20, and it was pretty cloudy. We didn't have the sun beating down on the racetrack all day with a major, you know, 30 or 35 degree track temperature swing. You know, we only saw a 8 or 10 degree difference. So that really lessened the transition into the evening, made the daytime more like the evening, I should say. So, but, you know, on top of that, you know, KB is one of the best, if not the best, of being able to put his car in different positions and find whatever grips out there. And he's not scared to move off a line if it's not working for him anymore, or just to do it to try something different so he knows what he's got when he has to, passing lap cars or you know, racing somebody for the lead. So a lot of things played into our favor, and I don't think it hurt that he ran the Xfinity race yesterday too, just getting some more laps with the PJ1 treatment in the upper grooves, and knowing how many laps it takes for that to come in and how that changes with the life of the tire.
All right, we'll go to Jacob.
Jacob Seelman, Speed Sport. For Coach, with Kyle becoming the first driver in the modern era to win at every active track, and you've been at this and had quite a few drivers come through your stable, how big of an accomplishment from your eyes is it to see him check that box tonight?
I think everybody in the sport and everybody that follows the sport, and particularly you guys, I think everybody realizes how hard that is, and to be able to accomplish that when you think about road racing at Watkins Glen, Michigan, Indy, all the different places we go and the different racetracks. I think everybody just around the sport really appreciates how hard that is. And for him to do that, particularly Kyle's young, and for him to be able to get that done at this age, I think is special. And I think everybody around the sport really appreciates it.
All right, we'll go back into the back, Jessica, and then we'll come up front to Steve and Pete.
Jessica Ruffin with NASCAR.com. For Coach Gibbs, we saw Eric Jones up there with Kyle Busch, particularly at the beginning and throughout the race. And, if he hadn't had those circumstances go wrong, he may have been up there at the end. So how close do you think he is to getting that first win?
I felt so sorry for him. And I went down and found him on pit road. And I tell you, that young guy is, I think he's like, we just think so much of him, Toyota, all of us that's worked with him. I think tonight he showed the talent he has. I felt just, we had 3 very unusual things happen and on pit road, and it just destroyed his night, and I hate it. He was up there, and I felt like he was very fast, and of course, in last practice, he was P1 in last practice, and the good thing about it is we just feel like he's got a great future. All of us are devoted to getting all the things around him to help him, and so it was just an extremely tough night for him. And I really felt bad for him.
Come up here to Pete.
Adam, Pete Iacobelli, Associated Press. Adam, I know you're a guy who's paid to worry about everything until everything's all over. But were there any real worrisome moments for you out there today, or did you allow yourself to think, Kyle's got this?
Oh, no, that thought never ever crosses your mind. You're just, anything can go wrong. You can hang a lug nut on a pit stop. We can make a bad adjustment. We could hit pit road under green, and the caution could come out immediately. There's plenty of ways to lose track position or even lose a lap when you don't even deserve it. There's plenty of ways for me to screw it up. I've done my fair share of that too. So you never feel like it's in the bag until the first sense of relief you have is when you see the white flag. But until the checker falls, it's never done.
Steve?
Joe, you've certainly been around football players. You said when Kyle puts on a helmet, he becomes a special, driver. But what is he like? Can you explain it to us? What is he like when he become different? Is the intensity pick up? What is it like? And I wonder if Adam could also address that as well.
Yeah, I've been. You see football players, and I've had some that are real easy during the week, jovial, and when they put the helmet on, it's big time. They're going for it, and those are the kind of guys you want. I think Kyle has that. I think I don't know that I've ever seen him when it's race day to back off some. He's always after it. He's always aggressive, and he carries that emotion with him. So some people are just special when it comes to game day, and I think Kyle's one of those.
Oh, yeah, I guess for me, it's just 100% focus and 100% commitment to winning. nothing makes him happy unless he's in victory lane. Doesn't settle for less in himself, and doesn't settle for less in the people around him. And I take comfort in that personally. So you know what you're going to get, and he's hard to beat.
Hakeem?
Hakeem Balaam, Independent Tribune. You mentioned earlier about worrisome moments that can happen anytime in a race. Was one of those happening late when Kyle had a 6-second lead, I believe, on second place, and then you see Martin Truex, coming down, trimming that lead down to 3? Was that one of those worrisome moments where you're thinking, oh wow, he could get this?
No, not really. We were kind of bottled up, lapping cars. A lot of guys were really fighting hard to stay on the lead lap, which they should. And at that point in time, Truex had a little bit more clean track. He was running some pretty impressive lap times. It would have worried me more had we got a caution, because I felt like he was pretty strong at the end of the race. But we had such a gap and such a number of cars in between us that the 2 or 3 tenths that he was making he wasn't going to be able to close that gap.
All right. Thank you, Coach and Adam, for your time, and congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
Thank you.